Hey there. It's John, and we were out in a naturey area near the airport in Sarasota, right on the bay here, Sarasota. And today I wanted to show you a kind of secret nature spot that I recently have found by looking on Google Earth, which is really good for finding places. And since it's in like 3D, you can get a better sense of what you're looking at. And for some reason, I've been looking in this area, North Sarasota, up near the border of Bradenton, Sarasota, because I found out that there was a former tourist attraction called the Circus Hall of Fame. Used to be right down the street down here. So I was just kind of Google Earthing around and was looking at some spots. And I've done a lot of exploring down here on foot. A lot of times I'm just either hiking or jogging. And I find it very interesting to be out in natural areas and just find out like what's out here. Like I've always had this fascination with nature and sort of like looking through what you'd call unbuilt areas, places that are just kind of grass and vacant lots and stuff like that. And I found quite a few places just by walking and exploring that way. And sometimes I go on, Google Maps or Google Earth and sort of check it out. And this is one of the favorite spots that I found, which is a very natural area. If you're into like nature and sort of the unbuilt up Florida, this is where you'll find it, where this is basically just how it's probably been for hundreds of years prior to people discovering Florida and all that. Is very... So anyway, today's secret spot is going to be a very cool area that is tied back to the 1920s when Sarasota was having a land boom. John Ringling, the circus magnate, decided to build a house on a stretch of property just a couple hundred yards to my south here, this here way. And then started selling off parcels to friends and people he knew, other real estate people. Started selling off parcels and they built mansions. And so this area is full of like mansions and high-rise, like 2 or 3 story, big marble palaces. And there's one down here I want to show you. And there's a very special feature of this mansion that is super, super cool. And when we get there, you're going to find out why it's a really cool area. And it's not easy to get to. You can't just like park and just walk there. I got to jump over this ditch. This area reminds me of a funny story. This is kind of like a little, I don't know if it's saltwater inlet, but it's right next to this neighborhood by the bay. Got this little kind of brick wall. And one day I saw a turtle sort of floundering over here. And I know a little bit about turtles, and it didn't look like a water turtle. It looked like a box turtle, which box turtles don't really swim per se. Like we have ones that live in the ponds and we have ones that don't live in the pond. But anyway, this guy was like right over here, and he was just like, looks like he was trying to climb up the wall here. And the poor guy, looked like he was so tired. I reached down and picked him up. He was probably about a foot across. I reached down right here, picked him up, and I think I just put him down right across the street because I figured there'd be more wooded areas, because the problem is when they cross the street they get ran over. So I put him over there. It was a box turtle. That's just like a generic term for a land turtle, tortoise, or whatever it was. And God forbid saved the guy's life, because there's really not a lot of areas because of all this. The edges of the pond were so steep he couldn't get out, the poor guy. I don't know how he got in there. Maybe he was trying to get a drink of water or something. But anyway, hopefully he went on to live a long and fruitful life across the street over there. If you want to try to figure out where this area is, I'm not going to tell you exactly where it is, but it's right at the edge of Edwards Drive and Uplands Boulevard. You can look that up on a map. And it's kind of a park, kind of a public park, but it's owned by the college, and it doesn't say no trespassing. The problem is there's no parking here. Recently they put up all these stupid no parking, because you used to be able to just kind of pull up on the side of the road, go for a little walk. There is like a little nature walk that winds its way over here that we're gonna see, but it kind of sucks. See, it doesn't say anything about you know, no, it says no motor vehicles, but it doesn't say no trespassing. But these stupid people, I'm sure, lobbied to get all these no parking, because, oh my God, I don't want a car parking next to my house over there. That would be terrible. It isn't like, I've never been here when there's been, you know, 3 cars here, you know, maybe 2. But it's just kind of a beautiful place. You can go to one of those little views and, you know, enjoy the sunset or just kind of hang out. It's got like a little picnic area over there. But anyway, if you come down to here to Edwards, you can walk down here. You can actually park out by the street, out by the main highway, and then walk out here to this nature trail. And that'll get you started on your journey. So if you follow those directions on Edwards Drive or whatever it is, and you follow this little path around, it's going to come to this little wooded area with kind of a bridge that goes over some like flooding areas, and you're going to follow this bridge around to where it comes out to a road. So this this map is kind of like breadcrumbs, because there really are no signs to get to where we're going. So right when you approach this this garbage can with the 2 benches right there. Actually, there's 4 benches, but these 2 benches right here, you're going to see a little footpath through this little wooded area into a grass parking lot. And that's where you're going to want to head. You'll know if you see like this stump that's cut off here, and there's some like parking lot, this concrete parking lot markers. We're gonna head out this way past this grass parking lot. Made it that far. We were just right there. You're gonna walk across this little driveway, across this other grass area to this next trail. Like I said, these are like breadcrumbs. You're gonna have to figure it out, because I can't give you any GPS coordinates or anything, but you're gonna follow this little trail that comes from the parking lot, kind of a little white sandy trail. And that's going to lead you to where we're headed through this little nature-y area. All right, guys, are you with me so far? So this is where we started. This little dirt road's going to fork off to the left. There's a straight road here, and there's a fork off to the left. There's really no landmarks here other than there's this tree. Here's some construction over there. I think somebody's doing some construction. You see some of these trees with the little yellow things on there. You got a big tree over here. But this is going to lead you out to where we're headed. Depending on when you come out here, you might see some of these logs that have been sawed and stuff. Just kind of meander down through this trail to the beautiful secret spot that I've discovered recently that is just like amazing. So after you walk about 10 seconds, you're going to see this really cool lagoon that's like a man-made concrete lagoon with these bricks, pavers, or whatever you want to call it. This was part of a mansion that was here, and it's like a man-made inlet with all these staircases that came in, you know, obviously for like docking a boat. But it looks like they also had sort of like some steps, and I think this was built in the 20s. I'm not positive. I know the building was, but it's got these little steps that go down to right to water level, so you could just sort of wade in. And yesterday it was a lot more calm, so you could see fish. But we're gonna walk down here a bit, and check out and see if we can see some fish. Yeah, yesterday it was calm. I don't know if the fish, you're gonna be able to see the fish. But this is an amazing part of the bay shore that I never really realized was out here, because you got this beautiful view of the Sarasota Bay. Today the wind's kind of blowing. I don't know if you can hear it. And it's just a beautiful spot to come out. There's a big fish right there. There's two big fish. Looks like two snook. I don't know if you can see that from this angle. Two big snook hanging out here. It seems serious right there. That black thing in the water, that's about 1.5 foot snook. Yeah, this spot is like a little, somewhat of like a hatchery. There's a couple of them in there. If the sun wasn't glowing, you could see them better. Right where the sun's going through, you can kind of see him. See that guy right there? Big old snook. Snook are protected fish. There's my buddy right there. This little striper. See this guy? He's eating coral, I believe. And if the water wasn't so washed up, you'd probably be able to see a little bit better. Funny thing is, I actually found this spot on, like I said, Google Maps. And I was looking for a spot that was probably 200 yards to the north of here, which looked like to be an empty lot. And you could tell by like the where the path, the little path was, that people drove out there and probably went out fishing on that edge of the park. Let's see if we could see some more fish over here. But that is, you can't get there from right at this edge. But if you go down further the trail, you can go out there, and there's sort of an empty lot where you can like go out and fish and, you know, get some great views of the water. But that was like the main place I was looking for when I kind of stumbled upon this area, which is really, really beautiful. Let's see if there's any fish. Yeah, see how the light illuminates? There's my guy. There's my guy right there. See him? The light illuminates the fish a little bit better over here because of the sunlight. You see that stripy guy? Let's go on the other side. You see how the sunlight hits these fish right here? Like I said, if it was a calmer day, you'd be able to see really good. Looks like there's some maybe mullet or something in there also, down there. A couple other bigger fish. You see them? They look like little mini sharks. And then you've got stripey over here, which is just having lunch right on the edge of this seawall. Which, of all the other places I've seen around Sarasota, I've never really seen that these guys kind of come up and eat the barnacles off the seawall. I don't know if it's because this place is just so quiet and there's no real boat traffic here, that they come up and they just sit there and eat. Let's see if I can get a better shot of him real quick. Yeah, I used to do a lot of scuba diving, but I haven't really been doing very much lately. But I think it's fish are just kind of fun to watch. Sometimes it's like, what are you doing? And it's almost like he's staring at me. But you can see him just like kind of crunching on those barnacles, like he's just going up and taking a big bite of barnacles. So now I'm standing on the seawall right out here, and offers a really beautiful view of the bay. I believe this is Longboat Key, all those little buildings out there. It's Longboat Key area. And some boaters out there, but not really by this inlet. I don't know if it's like, it says it's a manatee area, but it doesn't say like no trespassing or anything. But anyway, got these beautiful views. A lot of people come out here fishing on the sand flats. Really nice day today. Hot, but with some a nice breeze. But if you're into beautiful views and not having to go like you know, have a lot of people wandering around you and, you know, looking for parking, this is a nice quiet spot. You could come have like a little lunch out here, or just do some sightseeing, walk through the woods, and just enjoy the quiet of this place. I'm not much of a nautical person, But there's a whole bunch of markers out here for some reason. I guess when you come in from this area of the bay, those markers are telling you either there's a shoal there or something. Anybody that knows anything about markers, tell me what that means. It's got a diamond shape with a number 10 on it. And then this other sign out here is like a square with a circle in the middle. I know that red right return thing, but I just wonder why this area was marked, if there was like a shoal where people, you know, run over and stuff. But a beautiful spot with some beautiful nature in this trail. Just a kind of a nice, fun little nature hike. And I would say it's probably less than a half-mile walk from where I started in that neighborhood. You can come out, like I said, you can come out, bring a lunch, or just sit on the seawall, just enjoy the beautiful views and the fish to eat, the coral. I just love stuff like this. I like places where I can go where I can sort of be by myself, or, you know, with a friend, and you can just sort of have a nice nature moment without having to drive 20 miles. You know, you can we have national parks, but they're all so far away, and, you know, the drive up and the drive back, and this is kind of near town. And it's a very unique area as well. Like I said, it's like a little boat basin. And I don't see a lot of signs that say, you know, private trespassing and no trespassing. So I imagine you could kayak in here or something, kind of come out and see. There's a lot of birds. You can see some birds over there. Yeah, so here's the challenge to you. With the clues that I have given you, see if you can start. What did I say that place was called? Jefferson or something like that. Start there and see if you can follow these breadcrumbs to get out here and find a little secret spot that only you and I know about. And if you're like kind of like weary of like snakes and, you know, alligators, this isn't really a place that, you know, you have to really worry about. It's pretty cleared out as far as this little path, because I think they drive through here for maintenance and stuff. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my secret spot that I shared with you today. And make sure you subscribe to my other channel, Mr. John Swift DIY, as well. And enjoy your day. I just love it so much when you can come out into a kind of a quiet nature spot without having to drive, you know, a long way to go somewhere. It's a beautiful area and a beautiful day. We'll see you on the next John Swift video. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.